Hi everyone, this is Tammy at Snowstorm Crafts, and if you're new here, welcome, and if you've been here before, welcome back. So today I want to make a fun little notebook flip tag. It could be multi-uses here. So let's see what we can do and let's get started. So I just got some fun things already in the middle of doing things today, and I figured why not throw one more project in, you know? You know how it goes. So let's use up our boxes. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just cut off the sides here. I need to make it so it can fit into my my guillotine cutter. So I'm just gonna cut this. And these can be any size that you want. And it's in my head. I haven't made one yet, but let's see how it works out. I love doing that with you guys. And then we go, ta-da! That's what we made. Okay. So let's get it going. So I'm just cutting off all the little flat things here. So I'm just taking one of these. I don't even know what they're called, but they got like a little ball on the end of them. And I'm just doing a score down it, just to make it easier to fold the box. And I don't want to push too hard because it goes through. Okay. So I mean, you can see it's a little uneven, but let's do this. Let's just see if this works. Okay, we're going to cut that side just to make it easier to fold. I'm going to get these sides off of here. I did the score. There we go. I'm just going to fold it. So there we go. Now we got a fold. All right. So that makes it longer, and that's what I want. Now I'm going to take it to my cutter, and I want to do it about 3 inches. I could do it on the side here. So about 3 inches wide, which is about here. And I'm just gonna cut it all along here. And then we'll have one flap fold. Okay? All right, so let me go do that and then I'll show you guys. Okay, so I even have some extras, so if I wanna make more later, but all I did was cut it just like that. I just made it so it flips open. Okay? And I really like that the bottom is lower than the top, because that's just going to make it really cool, easier to open, like that. Okay? All right. So we got that far. Phew! Now, see which one I like better. I guess it doesn't really matter. I kind of like the first one here. Okay, so we're going to take this. And you can keep all these scraps for tabs if you want and stuff, but I have so many boxes. I'm trying to use them up. Trying to use them up. That's my goal, is to use up my boxes. So now what we can do is we can go ahead and just decorate it. Put some pretty papers on it, and this is just totally up to you, however you want to decorate them. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think I will just find some pretty papers and put that on the inside and something on the outside. So let me go grab some stuff. All right, so I got some of my blue butterfly digitals that are in my Etsy shop, and I'll make sure to link it down below for you guys to come check it out. And I could put the video if you guys want to come check out how I made these. But so I'm thinking I want this on the outside. So I'm just going to cut everything down to size and glue them on, because these have a nice sturdiness to them too. So I'm going to go ahead and glue these down, and I'm just going to do some book pages on the inside. Just some fun. This is just cookbook pages, and they're nice and thick. So I think I'll do that on the inside, and I'm going to get all that cut down and get it decorated. There we go. Now I went ahead and cut the inside papers to 3 inches and the outside papers here. So let's see. what I'm gonna do is just do a quick glue down, and then I will go and sew around. And if you don't wanna sew, just use your art glue or Fabrifix glue and just make sure you go to the edges or whatever glue you got, that'll work. And glue down your papers. Okay, so I'm gonna go like this. And I'm just gonna use a glue stick. And I'm gluing just right in the middle here so my needle doesn't touch the glue. My sewing needle. Okay. And I'm just overlapping here, and I'll do the fold again because these little folds, the ones that were the spine, I want to make sure to straighten them out so they're not all flimsy. So I'm just securing it by overlapping a little bit here. Okay, so we got that side. Okay, and now I know I want my crease in the middle here, so I'm just gonna go ahead and fold it. Just a narrow. It's gonna be the front, so it's gonna flip up like this. So. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side where I'm covering up these other spine folds, is what I'm calling them on the cereal box. So just kind of cover those up like that. Oops. I should do this one. I like the words on this one. I have more wordings. Not sure if that's a word. I don't think wordings is a word. Okay, so I did that, and it's all gonna flip up, so let's just go ahead and add these. Let's see where our fold was. Let's give it another fold. And just before your paper's dry, it's a good way to fold it and see if it wrinkles up. You might need to work it where it needs to go. There we go. Okay, and then I'm just gonna go, oh, I can trim this real quick, but like that. Let's do a quick trim. You want everything, and I don't know why it keeps buckling right there, but there we go. So just make sure the picture is going the way you want it, how you want it, and how you want it to look. And I have a little bit longer on the back part and a little shorter on the front, like that, just so it makes it easier to open. Okay, and just find your little spots that you want to make sure, if you're just gluing, to catch all those little spots. And I'm going to go sew, and when I do, I'm just going to start at the bottom here and just work my way all the way around with a zigzag stitch. And I might even go through the middle here of the fold just to catch it all. And yeah, I'll be back. Okay, so I went ahead and did some sewing all the way around, and then I did some just swiggly stitches in the middle. just to help secure that one, like these spines are still wanting to kind of fold. So you guys don't have to do that with a box like this. You know how they keep wanting to fold like that. Or you could just secure them better. Maybe do heavier cardstock or something right there and then fold. But it's not that big a deal. I don't mind it. I think it's doing an okay job like that. Seems to be doing good. Okay, so there's that. And now I want to add some magnet closures. I think that's what I'm going to do. So I got my little magnets here, and I can put the link down below for the magnets. I think they're there, but I'll look. I wrote it down so just I remember to look and see, but they should be in my Amazon links. But these are really fun to play with. They're super powerful. I mean, you can see they stick together really good. Okay. So now for this one, I like to use I have some E6000 glue. And this stuff is great for metals, heavy plastic pieces, things like that. I wouldn't suggest doing the art glitter glue when you're gluing these down. You can do double-sided tape, of course. Do that. You could do, probably Fabrifix would work. I think I've done it with Fabrifix before and it works. I know I have all these everywhere. I don't even know if I'm going to use these in this project, but they're just the Tim Holtz ephemera pieces. But they could be fun to play with. So let's see. What do I got? Hopefully it's not all clogged up. So we need to line it up where we want it. I think masking tape would work too. You know, let's try it. Let's try some masking tape. And then I could take some good and do some hole punch on some cardstock to cover up the magnet, and maybe we can glue that down with this, and that would hold it in this place. Let's try it. I just got to do it small enough so the hole punch will cover it. But I feel like experimenting. Let's see. I mean, it should work. Oh, look at that. They hold pretty good. Okay, let's see. Let's go like that. I think it'll work. Let's see. Let's just try it just with the tapes and see. So let me see. I gotta make sure I'm doing it the right way. There. Just make sure that when you tape it to the other side, that you're doing it where they're connected. You know. I've done that before. Let's line it up about where I want it. The thing with this is I can just untape it if it's not lined up. Okay, let's see. I think that works. No? They seem lined up. Okay. And we got those done. And then here, let's do this. We'll take our punches. And then just pop it down. But I think the masking tape worked. Makes it less fumbly trying to get it just right. Because we're going to have little notebook papers in here. And let me think. So this is 3 inches, so I'm just going to go a tiny bit smaller. And I'm just going to have everything like that. So I have 2 pieces of paper here, so it'll be just 4 pages. in a notebook like that. I'll just make sure to cut here and here and then stack them. And I'm gonna go cut them to size and let this dry for a second. And I will be back. Okay, so I did a little bit here. So I went ahead and cut this just a little bit more narrow than the cover. And I did 4 strips here. And first I'll show you guys what I did. Okay, so for some reason my camera didn't record this part, so I will show you guys again. As I was doing it and it didn't record. So I was showing you guys that I had the paper a little more narrow, and I went ahead and I stapled it in here. And I will show you how I did that. I just have a little piece of foam packaging that you put down. You put it how you want it. You open up your staple gun and you staple down. And then you have you pull it out and you have your prongs that stick out. Because they're sticking out because they stapled it in here into the foam. So then you just take your scissors or anything metal or anything you got and just kind of push down the prongs. Just like that. And then it staples it in there for you. And then you got your papers, your pretty papers to write on. Okay, and also I want to show you guys what I did here to the outside. I didn't like the way that it was looking with the hole punches down like that. So I put some pretty lace. I did some gold on each side here. And you could see what I did is I took a pencil and I opened the hole a little bit wider. I just pushed through like that and opened it a little wider so I can get the magnet popping through the lace, because you want it exposed enough to have them magnetize together. Because if you get too much fabric or papers stacked up in between, they won't magnetize together and it would be pointless. So that's what I did, is I just made sure that it was just the paper, you know, the little paper we did. And I popped that just like that so it's sticking out. So I did that on both of them because I thought that just made it look a lot better. I didn't really like the circle punch. I don't know, it just didn't turn out. I didn't like it. So I went ahead and did that, and I think it turned out really nice with it poking out the bottom here. And then you could just grab it and open it up like that. Okay. And then I took a little bit of the hearts, the white lacy hearts, and put that on the outside. And yeah, so that's where we are now. And if you want, you can take your black soot, walnut stain, vintage photo, any kinds of inks that you have, and just do a little inking. Okay, so just do a little grunging up if you want. And I think that looks great. So now I just want to play around and decorate the front. I'm going to use some paper dolls and some fun ephemera and maybe throw in some stickers. I got some little stickers hanging out over here somewhere. And yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. And I'll do that in a time lapse and we'll come back and we'll talk about it. So let's see what we did here. So I went ahead and just put down some coffee dyed fabric with some coffee dyed lace with some pretty flowers on it, some threads. I went ahead and did some green threads, some yellow, threw in just a touch of red and black, and then cheesecloth that's coffee dyed, put that down, and put the paper doll on top, just glued her down, and just did some of the ephemera from Tim Holtz here. I just did a little yellow, little poppy yellow, some more of that green fabric that I had here, just pieces of it, and put some of that up here, some of the green, glued that down, and then I made sure to go to the back here and get those staples, just because I didn't want nobody poking, like if I sell this in a journal, I don't want to be poking their fingers on it, so I just glued that down, the fabric on top of it, make it nice and smooth. And then I went on the inside here because it just needed something, and I added some avocado dyed lace, just the little tiered lace here, the little, you know, it's beautiful. It was 3 like this, but I thought that was too much, so I went ahead and cut the last little flap off here and made it 2 and just glued it down to hide the staples. We got the little staples back there. So yeah, there we go. That's our little notebook flip here. And you got all your little papers you could do your writing on. Tons of journaling spots. And used up our boxes, which is a good thing. We need to use those up. It's got a fun little magnet here. So what you could do is you can just put it and you can pin it with the, you know, you could take a little paper clip and you could just paper clip it to the side. You could take it and glue and just glue it down, and then it could just be a little flip inside your journal like that to do some journaling. But yeah, I mean, there's different things you could do. You could just glue here and here and make it like a belly band to be able to tuck stuff behind it, and then flip this up to journal inside. So many options you can do. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it informational. And if you could please subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, and you get to see my next video when I post it. Like, comment, and share, and let's grow together. And keep on crafting.